Are you looking for a slow-paced game that's all about story and the narrative experience? Something that has almost nothing to do with water, but has water in its name? If you had to just check out my review of Lake, coming up next on Mumbles. Hi everyone, Mumbles here. Today we're reviewing a game called Lake, which coincidentally has nothing to do with swimming or really a lake itself. It's just named Lake because you're kind of around a lake area. Lake. We're reviewing Lake today. Let's just jump straight into the description. Description-wise, this game reads, it's September 1st, 1986. You take on the role of 40-something Meredith Wise, who returns from the big city to her quiet hometown. She changes her busy career at a software company to fill in for her dad, the local mail carrier. During her 2-week stay in beautiful Providence Oaks, Oregon, she runs into a few familiar faces, as well as plenty of new folk. As Meredith, you get to decide who to talk to, who to befriend, and perhaps even start a romantic relationship with. Whatever happens at the end of her stint, she'll have to make up her mind, return to her demanding job in the city, or stay in the town she grew up in. At the time of this review, this game is available for Xbox, PlayStation, and computer for $19.99. Not too bad, not too shabby. I like it when reviews tell you exactly what a game is. This one did a nice job, so Mumbles is happy. But what would make Mumbles even more happy is if you would please hit that little subscribe button and subscribe to MumblesVideos. It really helps me. It makes my day. It makes me happy. It makes me go, yeah! And I just get happy about it. So guys, please subscribe if you could. And thank you guys all so much for the support. You guys are awesome. Let's get on to this game review with the gameplay section. So gameplay wise, as I said, the actual description did a great job of describing this game. Basically, you control the life of Meredith. Each day you have your job to do, you run into people, you can talk to them or choose not to talk to them, and you can basically control how the conversation goes by choosing between the dialogue options that are offered. Now at the end of this game, you will be presented with some choices that you have to make for Meredith. It's up to you to basically determine her fate. But really, that is what the game is. It's all about making choices for Meredith and making basically a good or maybe bad life for her depending on what decisions you make. And that pretty much sums up the gameplay. As far as what you do in this game, it's really just kind of walking around. You know, you do have to drive your mail truck around and just really taking it very easy, very slow. It's a very slow-paced game. Now we come to my con section, and the first con that I have for this game is that this game can be a bit repetitive at times. Especially with the mail job. The mail job can be very boring and very time consuming because you have to drive from here, drive to there, drive all over the place, and drive until you get to this stop, you stop, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to get back in the truck, you get out of the truck. You get the idea. It can be very draining and tiring at times and repetitive. So that is our first con. The second con is that this game really is very slow paced. Some people may like that, some people might not. There's really not a whole lot that goes on in this game. It's very much exactly what I have been describing. Really just kind of living this life with Meredith and making choices for her. Very slow paced. I'm not going to take out the score for that, but I am going to list it here as a con nonetheless. We now come to my all-important score section. What is this game going to get on today's episode of Mumbles? On today's episode of Mumbles, Lake, you're going to get a 6 out of 10. I actually really like this game. It does have some faults. I wish it was a little bit more fast-paced, just slightly. But as far as being what the developers intended it to be, it does a good job of 100% being what the developers wanted it to be. Not every game can be fast-paced and have a bunch of combat and this kind of stuff. Sometimes you just want a game that's nice and relaxing, that allows you to make a few decisions here and there, but doesn't make you think or isn't too hard on the brain. And this is a game that does that. But in addition to that, it also does have a pretty decent story. I did like the story that they presented for Meredith. I think that they did a good job on it. I think they could have made some improvements. But all in all, if you're looking for a game that is slow-paced, that has a nice story, that focuses on that story, I definitely recommend that you give Lake a chance. 6 out of 10 on today's Mumbles review. Anyways, guys, this has been the Wild and Wacky Mumbles. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack the subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all. Bye, everyone. Take care.